everybody, my name's Allison, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the Authortube Newbie Tag because I feel like I'm still kind of a newbie to Authortube. I don't have that many subscribers. I never did the tag for one, and I don't know, I just thought it'd be fun to do an Authortube Newbie Tag. I am doing Camp NaNoWriMo this year. It started for me because I'm behind. It's only like 10:30 where I'm from, but it's like 12 other places, so it's already started. I will have a Camp NaNoWriMo writing vlog coming up this week, and I'm just super excited about the upcoming Rimo. And yeah, I thought I would introduce myself as a new Authortube newbie because I figured, why not? The original tag was made by Jenna Streety, and I'll link her original video and channel down below. And let's just jump right into this tag. The first question we have is, how did you find out about Authortube? I think I've been watching Authortube for a really long time. Before it was even named like Authortube, I would just watch people's writing vlogs and writing tips and tricks and all of that, and before even the name was coined Authortube. So I've been watching for a long time, and I finally got the courage to start making my own Authortube videos. Number 2 is, what genres do you write in? So I focus mainly in young adult and new adult fiction. Right now I am writing a paranormal fantasy series, leaning more on the darker side, but I am currently working on a fantasy retelling as well. I think that's how it's categorized. It's a Greek retelling, but it has fantastical elements in it. I'm calling it a fantasy retelling. I could change it down the line. Number 3 is, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? So we kind of already answered. I stick in the YA and new adult kind of genres category. And for writing tense, I tend to write a lot in first person, but I do not mind writing in third person. It just depends on the story. And my favorite writing tense is past, but that can change from story to story as well. Number 4 is one of my favorite questions to ask any writer, and it is, are you a plotter, a pantser, or a plantser? I am very much a pantser. I've been really trying to be a plantser lately because plotting is important, but I'm very much a pantser. I just kind of know bits and pieces of each story. I know about the characters, and then I free write everything, and then I go back and see the giant mess I made. The 5th question is, are you self-published, published, or soon to be published? And for me, I am soon to be published as a self-published author. Wow, that was a tongue twister. I am publishing my first novel, Dark Radiance, this year, 2019, and I'm so excited about it. Stay tuned for that announcement of when it's going to be out because it's coming very soon. Number 6 is a doozy, so I'm going to read it off my phone. And that is, what publishing company, literary agent, and or printing company are you represented by or use? If you are not yet published, what is your dream publishing house / literary agent? So for printing company, I think that means as in like what you use, like Ingram Spark or KDP. I personally use Ingram Spark. Right now is what I'm working on, but that could change. I could move to KDP if I decide not to use Ingram Spark. And for if you're not published yet, what is your dream publishing house? I don't know. I have always like had this fantastical dream of being published by Disney Hyperion because I worked for Disney and I love Disney, and I love authors like Alexandra Bracken who are published by Disney Hyperion, and I've met some of the Disney Hyperion like staff who works in the publishing house, and they're all super nice, so I would love to be published by Disney Hyperion. one of these days. Number 7 is what Authortube related content can we find on this channel? So for me, I don't like to put myself in a box and say I only do writing tips, I only do writing vlogs, I only do writing related content, because that's just not true. For me, I do book reviews, I do book talks, I do wrap-ups. I kind of am a mix of a booktuber and an author-tuber. I do a lot of writing tips. I like to do writing vlogs. I like to do publishing advice and stuff that I've found through self-publishing and trying to find my way through it, because I've done it all on my own and it's been a roller coaster, so I do a lot of that kind of stuff. But I do just a whole bunch of fun writing tags, and it's just kind of a melting pot of just content from me. I upload twice a week. I upload on Mondays and Fridays, and sometimes I upload on Wednesdays if I'm feeling frisky. So yeah, that's just, expect everything and anything on this channel. Number 8 was, when did you start writing? I started writing in middle school. I remember being in 7th grade and writing in a composition notebook that was supposed to be a science composition notebook. I would write all my stories in it, and I don't know how many times I got caught writing not the notes in that notebook. Probably 100 times, and I would get that thing taken away so many times that my parents had to come down and get it from the school. But I love to write, and that's really when I started writing and started really diving into like becoming a writer, as I called myself back then. I didn't know anything. But before that, I did do like the little, like, you would like punch the holes and tie the yarn when I was little, and I would like make books all the time. Number 9 is, what is the first story you ever wrote? I'm pretty sure it was a really bad knockoff of like Twilight, or I'm trying to think of like the first story that I like ever wrote. It was like a bad murder mystery, like with fantastical creatures in it, like Twilight creatures, like vampires. It wasn't good. It was real trashy. Number 10 is, what author inspired your writing the most? For me, I have a couple. The first one being Stephanie Meyer's. I will always attribute falling back in love with reading because of Stephanie Meyer's. If you don't know, I did post about a dyslexia story, and Twilight really got me out of the rut of hating reading. And so yeah, I really attribute Stephanie Meyer's just storytelling and the way she captivates an audience. Another one is Alexandra Bracken. I love her so much. I look up to her so much. She is the nicest, sweetest person I've ever met and had the pleasure of talking to, and I just aspire to be a person that holds themselves like she does as an author. And also her stories are just amazing, and her emotional execution is great. Number 11 is, do you schedule your writing sessions, or do you just write when you have the time? I try to schedule my writing sessions. They don't always happen the way I want them to, but I try my best to schedule my writing sessions when I'm done with homework and I'm done with all the things that need to be done. Mostly I just find the time at night. Like right now it is 12:19 at night, and I am a night owl, so I write and film very late, and I just find the time in the middle of the night to do it. So I try to schedule them, but it doesn't always happen that way. Number 12 is, do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of both? And where do you write in general? So I have a laptop and a desktop. I really like to go and write in coffee shops, and so that's what I do sometimes, especially when I come home from school. Sometimes I'll stop at a coffee shop and write at that point. But if I'm at home, I am writing on my desktop because that thing is a beauty, and I just bought it and I love it so much, and I feel like a real writer with my desktop. I don't know why, but I always, like, as a little kid, attributed like having a desktop as being like a writer. And number 13 is, what are you most looking forward to now that you're part of Authortube? Honestly, the community. I have dipped my toes into the community a little bit as I've started on Authortube and on Authorgram and on the writing community tab in Twitter, but I am actually, if you don't know, a very shy person online. In person and on camera, I'm very vibrant. I'm very like out there. I love to talk to people, and in person I'm just the same way. But online, for some reason, I'm very shy and timid, so I'm excited to kind of break out of my shell and not be so shy and timid online and be more a part of the community, because I would love to find more author friends and go on retreats or go on writing conferences or go to like writing conventions. I'm just really excited to do all the things. So that is my Authortube Newbie Tag. Wow, that's a mouthful. I've never thought of that. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a little bit more about me. If you liked me or you like this tag, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to stick around with the Wonderland fam, hit that red subscribe button and the bell next to it so you know whenever I upload. And I will see you next time, loves. Bye.